Hello class, this is Dr. Thompson. My name is Rob Thompson and welcome to English 2130 here at GNTC, our summer class that we'll have together. I know you're as excited as I am about a class in the summertime. We all always like that. I wanted to come to you today and walk you briefly through Blackboard and explain some things to you, especially for those of you who have not had an online class or who are not really comfortable taking an online class. This should help you a great deal. If you don't think you need this information, feel free to stop watching. But this is the main menu. When I refer to the main menu of the course, this is what I'm talking about. This is what you need to worry about right here. So let's start with the syllabus and schedule. Click on that, and then we'll go to the syllabus real quick and look at the course syllabus together. Be sure we're all on the same page as far as the course is concerned. You see my office hours here are 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, Monday through Thursday, here in Gordon County, on the Gordon County campus in the 100 building in the back. Also, of course, I'll meet with you anytime by appointment. Just let me know and we'll work something out. I also recommend the GNTC writing tutors on all the campuses. If you're having trouble with your writing, of course, I'll help you myself, but also those tutors are very helpful if you need, if you ever need to go see them. The text is provided online for free, so you do not need to purchase a book. You see we're dealing with 4 different objectives here: literature and how it relates to the culture and the essential themes and ideas of the literature, how it relates to history, and then unfortunately research skills. We do have to write a research paper in the class. Attendance policy is important to keep in mind. We will be having assignments due on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Those are our 3 unofficial class days. Usually, of course, 2 days a week is plenty, but in a shorter class like this, in a summer class, we do have to go up to 3 days a week. If you submit work late, it will be subjected to a 10-point per class day penalty. So if it's due on Monday and you turn it in, say, on Saturday, well, that's Wednesday and Friday, you're two class days late, that'll be 20 points off. And then that's up to 40 points. The maximum is 40 points. I'll have students email me during the semester, can I turn in this work or can I still do this work? The answer is always yes. You can turn in work any time you want to. You can turn in work from the first week and the last week. I hope you don't do that, but you could turn it in 8 weeks late, and it would be a 40-point penalty. You wouldn't pass it, but it would certainly be better than a 0. So a 40-point maximum late point penalty for all assignments. And then the way the class is broken down, the American Dream research paper will be 20%. We'll write another essay. These are like 2 to 4 page essays. They're not very long essays, but that will be 20%. We'll have an independent novel assignment I'll talk about in a second. That's 20%. And then all the daily work that we'll be doing in class participation, basically doing things on time and doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. That's 40% of your grade. I think that's really all I need to go over here. The rest of this is just standard GNTC stuff that you can read on your own. The daily schedule is extremely important here. If I were you, I would print this out or save this to your phone, however people do it these days in our modern world. And I would make sure to understand this. Now, okay, I think I've got an issue here. Let me try this again. Yes, okay, here we go. So let me open up the schedule. It's a Word document. It's going to take you a little bit of time to open. But again, this is the document you really need to keep up with because this gives you all of your assignments. Let me go up a little bit so you can see that. So you see these are the dates things are due. The introductory assignment, which actually isn't due until Wednesday, the 22nd, and then at the same time, there's a discussion board that's due on the 22nd, and then there's a poem discussion board here on the 24th on the Pulse of Morning, and so forth and so on. The tabbing has gotten off on some of these. It's not very pretty looking, but anyway, I guess if I enable editing, I can make it look better for you. There we go. This is more what you'll see, when you visit the page, if you enable the editing. And notice here at the bottom that whenever, for these discussion boards where I have these stars, that means that you have to make three different posts on the discussion boards. You have to make your initial post, your initial reaction to the question, and then you have to respond to two of your classmates. So your initial post needs to be made the day before. So, for example, on the Pulse of Morning discussion is due Friday, May 24th, but the initial post, the first post you make, should be done on May 23rd. All this is by midnight, by the way. Yeah, all these dates are by midnight. So by midnight on the 23rd, you should make your initial post so that your classmates have someone to respond to. If we all put it off till 11:45 on May 24th, we wouldn't be able to do the assignment because we couldn't respond to each other. So anytime it's a discussion board, keep in mind that there's really two little assignments in there. Excuse me. Excuse me. There are two little assignments in there. The first one is your initial post, which is the day before, and then the second one is the day that is indicated on here, and that's where you have to finish responding and talking to your classmates. And all that will be self-explanatory when you get into the discussion boards. If it says assignment, that means that you don't go to the discussion board, you just complete the assignment that's attached to that particular lesson. And then, of course, we do have our essay and independent reading due in the last week. Our last day of class will be on July 15th. That's a Monday. And there will not be a separate final exam. It'll just be the independent reading assignment will be your final exam. So let me go back to the class itself. And here are the discussion boards. So whenever you go into the lessons, and that walks you through, this is your first lesson where you introduce yourself to the class, and it says, go to the first discussion board entitled Introduction. So you go to the discussion boards, and here it is, Introduction, click on it, create a thread, and you can introduce yourself to the classmates and follow the directions that are spelled out here, in the text of the discussion board. And that's the same way they're in sequential order all the way down for all the discussions in the class. But again, some lessons are just assignments. For example, this one comes to mind for Winter Dreams. This short story that you'll be reading, you click here to go to the text, obviously, of the story. There it is, I think. It's taking a little bit of time, of course, but anyway, you click on that link to go to the actual text of the story, as you see there. And then the assignment itself is you click on this. It's another Word document, and it will tell you what you need to do, what the questions you need to answer, or whatever that relate to that particular story. Let me mention briefly the independent novel assignment, because that's very important. You are reading a full-length novel, and here are your choices. Sometimes students have good questions and they make mistakes, and I can understand why they make them, and sometimes they do things that just befuddle me, to be honest with you. Now, I've had students before who'll submit a choice for their independent reading novel, and it's not on the list. Well, I don't know what to say. I've had students who've done their entire assignment on a novel that's not on the list. Well, unfortunately, they don't get credit for it. It has to be one of the novels on the list. I hope, maybe it's one you've already read or whatever, but if not, you need to read the novel. This is a full-length novel. You only have 8 weeks or so, in the course, so I would recommend going ahead and procuring it as soon as you can. Purchase it from Amazon or check it out from a library or whatever. Go ahead and start reading it. And then the written assignment is here. And that, again, is due on Monday, July 15th, the last day of class. And it's a fairly lengthy, involved assignment. So you do need to, give yourself plenty of time to read that book and complete the assignment. Plus you have that other short little essay, 2 to 4 page, what I call essay number 2, which is due, just a couple of days before this assignment. Everything's rushed in a summer class, in an 8-week class. Everything is condensed, and you just have to really work hard. And I know you're ready to do so. Basically, you're taking 2 classes in one. When you take an 8-week class, which is half the time of a regular class, you're basically taking 2 classes in one. You're doing all the work in half the time. So, it's just, that's just the nature of a shortened class. I think the rest of it is pretty clear. You just follow the order here. Where the themes, the American Dream, people on the margins of American society. Just click on the folders, and it takes you to the lessons within that theme, and just follow them sequentially. And I hope it's laid out nice and clear for you. And then we do a research paper on these themes on the American Dream, and it is an MLA research paper. I have a a video in here to explain how to do a MLA paper. So be sure to watch that when the time comes. And then we'll do our last two. The special assignment, I just want you to tell me what book you're reading for the independent reading. You can do that now if you want to. And then the last two themes, the relationship between men and women and the evolving American South, the transition from the old South to the new. And then essay 2 is a little short 2 to 4 page essay on one of those themes. And then, of course, we just talked about the independent novel assignment. So that's the class. I hope you can maneuver it, very well. If I ever need to communicate with you, I'll post it here in the announcements and send you an email. And below here, you'll notice here in a few minutes, I will post this video. So this will look a little different. But otherwise, I think that's it. My email address. It's on the syllabus. It's a standard GNTC email, rthompson@gntc.edu. My phone number, my office number, they're all on the syllabus. So you know how to get in touch with me if you have any questions. And I look forward to working with you. Please let me know if you need anything. And I hope you have a great semester. Thank you for watching.